Buzz is the only one speaking the truth these days. Shout out Buzz Aldrin. He's punching men who disrespect him, and he's talking about how the moon landing did not happen.
Allegedly.
Speaking the truth, finally.
Neil was actually first that walked on it, right?
Okay.
But it was actually supposed to be, I think, Buzz. I think Buzz
So
was
he's
supposed
bitter.
Right. And who was the third astronaut?
Michael Collins. That's so funny that there is a blank space between the guy who drove Getaway.
He is the Michelle from Destiny's Child of the group. Welcome back, guys. I'm Tahir Moore.
Mike Glazer. Somebody called me Timu Charlie Day in the comments.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see it.
Wow. That is not accurate, guys. I want you guys to try a little bit harder. But welcome back to another episode of High in the Sky, the podcast where we get high and we ask why.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We have to say that allegedly just to make sure that you guys know what we're giving you on every episode is amazing, fantastic theories that you might not be aware of. Okay, we can't really say facts. Some of it's on facts, though. I'm not gonna hold you. Some of it on facts, but the point is, do your own research, people. All right, don't come here and get lazy and think we finna spoon feed you everything. No, you got to get out there and do a little work. We just here to point you in the right direction.
But I am suspicious of the moon landing being real. I will say that as a fact.
Really?
Suspicious of it.
Well, this is a perfect episode for it because that's what we're actually talking about. Was the moon landing faked? I've always had my suspicions about this. Not gonna hold you.
Okay, I appreciate you being
I've
honest.
always had my suspicions about this.
Yeah.
Because first of all, they made such a big deal about being first to get in outer space. Not first to explore space, not first to get to Mars or another planet. Like, nah, we going to the moon first. And I get it. Like, if you get the power to go into space, you got to go to the closest thing. But like, they made such a big deal. It's like, who can pull out and piss on the moon first?
Absolutely.
And I just didn't understand
Christopher Columbus, sit down. New land has been claimed by us.
Christopher Columbus would have got to the moon and was like, oh, this is India. he be calling aliens Indians, though. These must be Indians, huh? All right, now where are the spices? Which I never understood anyway. Like, why was England so obsessed with spices and then y'all don't even use them in your food?
Ha!
Why you do it? Why were y'all on sending all these ships out just for you to gather the spices and put them in the cupboard and never touch them again?
That's true.
Cold beans for breakfast is not a breakfast too, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. No disrespect, but that shit's trifling. All right? You got all these pots in here. Heat them goddamn beans up. That's how I feel about it.
Use the chicken stock. Right?
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be good.
You got the chicken, like use the stock, take the carcass, do the work.
Do the work, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Fly me to the moon.
Oh, a Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson joint where the moon landing might be faked by ScarJo? We got a green like that, and it's true. Like, why not let ScarJo tell us the truth?
Yeah, and for those that haven't seen it but may be interested in it, we're just going to give it a brief synopsis. This is during the time when NASA and the whole world actually was in a race to see who could get to the moon first. It was crazy, again, how they made this such a big thing about getting to the moon, and it was declared that the United States is going to get there first, right? But but in the plot of the movie, they also hired a big Hollywood director just in case we didn't get the technology together on time, so we could still land on the moon. If you pick it up what I'm putting down, we had a fail safe, we had a plan B, if you will.
I love it. I just love the fact that Hollywood is making a Hollywood film about a Hollywood conspiracy about the moon.
Yeah.
Like the insideness of that. Music to my ears. Music to my smooth brain and ears.
Do you think that this is a movie that they wanted to come out with maybe like 20 years ago, but the government was like, no, not yet. We haven't cleared the statute of limitations on our end yet, so y'all just hold on to that little script right there.
Yeah. Call it being put in turnaround.
They shelved them. The government shelved. That movie's supposed to come out in 2002. It got shelved like a motherfucker.
I like the fact that we all know that the CIA does play an integral part
Yeah.
in entertainment.
Mhm.
So they have a whole division. You can look it up, Wikipedia it for yourself. CIA, Hollywood, movies, look it up.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff goes through them.
Yeah, it has to get greenlit. I mean, a lot of things have to be okayed before, especially when it concerns like the government or government agencies or layout to government facilities. A lot of it has to be cleared by them before it can be print.
They sent this to me.
Really?
Yeah.
The CIA?
No, Amazon. But but you could just buy one and wear it around.
You can. I'm pretty sure the real CIA doesn't have like the extra CIA on the side.
There's 4 of them.
This looks like a sport. This is the sport mode.
CIAs.
Yeah, this is the sport mode of the CIA right here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little bit on the bill too. That small one right there.
1, 2, 3. Like, just in case anyone's not aware in this airport. Everyone relax. The man with his loud hat has it under control.
Do you have a jacket too? Did you get the jacket or
I gotta look.
Yeah, you got to.
I gotta
At this
look.
point, if you're gonna commit to it, you got to commit all the way to the bit.
Is it stolen valor if it's CIA?
I mean, you don't look.
If it's
like,
Men in Black, it is.
Yeah. If you
without a doubt.
you don't look like an agent. So I think they know.
How dare you?
And I was just saying, they were like, nah, he's growing that beard sometimes. He's like, yeah, when you wear it like that, no, not at all.
No?
No, not if you were like, unless they got a new skateboard team that the rest of the world doesn't know about. No.
Are you serious?
You look like a skater.
What if we bomb our own towers?
Allegedly.
You don't believe that? All right. Taking it off. Taking it off. Cost me $9.96. And I get 5% back thanks to American Express.
Those points make a difference though.
Yeah.
That's that free. That's that free upgrade when you're on Delta. Because I'm always flying Delta. That's that free upgrade.
Nice.
Yeah.
My buddy Joel, he just said to me, he's like, oh, if you got a big meal with everyone, you pick it up and have them Venmo you. You're getting points left and right. That's the move.
I pay my taxes with my Amex.
Hilarious.
Because I had the money anyway, but I'm like, all right, well, you know, it's that $30,000 to go toward goddamn me points.
Yeah.
And now you actually get like almost like $2 when $2 back on the joint. So on some of them.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Do you have a tax person?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah,
I could use 1.
I got you. I'll definitely share that with you.
And it can't be a computer program.
No.
That's how the IRS gets you. They're like, yeah, trust this free software. They're like, we'd never audit
File
the
your
free
taxes
software.
yourself. It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
We don't have an entire building dedicated to your numbers, but
I'll tell you what I did.
Figure it out.
I figured out that all those people that be like, call us now. We'll get your tax payment lowered to First of all, that's not a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's no way that they can get your tax payments down low. They will say they will attempt to, but the IRS don't answer to nobody.
Yeah.
There's nobody higher than the IRS when you owe them money. Nobody's like, hey man, this is such and such. They're like, shut the up. Get him on the phone. You be like, oh, okay, you're right. And then they call you back like, we tried. Now,
like, we'll get into it deep in this episode about like the moon and how much it costs. But like, I do think you might be right. Like CIA, FBI, not nearly as powerful as the IRS.
Nah, they're not. That's what took Al Capone down. They got him on tax evasion.
Dang. Ooh.
You
don't have your receipt to Target from 7 years ago? You're going in the clink. That's power. That's real power.
I just didn't. I remember being younger and finding out about the moon landing and everything, and you know, there's a lot of things that that just made me like, what? Like, why was this such a big? Not like, oh, we're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna set up a space center there. This could be like the halfway part. We start working on, you know, new technology so we can go further out. Like, what? It was never that. They just went, planted a flag, picked up some rocks or some dirt, said, F you to the other countries. We were here first, and then came right back. And I just was like, well, what was the point of that? Like,
really, what's the point of that? Are you saying for real?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell you, like, leading up to the moon landing, how I feel about it?
Yes, please.
I think it's about hope. It's about the morale of this country, dude. You have World War II, Nazis, Holocaust, a nuke dropping that we dropped. Psychotic.
Right.
Psychotic. Did we need to? I don't know. Did we do it? Yes, we did. We are the only country to be like, we will bomb you.
Yeah.
You with us hard enough, we will drop bombs on you.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Morale is down. Now we're in the Cold War, U.S. versus the Soviets. The Soviets have so much technology that we are playing catch up with, and we just we are hated, man. The world is on fire, and we are hated. But if we can land on the moon first, patriotism is going to be at an all-time high. The morale of this country. Not only did we stop the Cold War, not only did we put a nuke down and say you can't with us, the Nazis got to stop, but now we landed on the moon. We're the greatest country that's ever existed. We are that good, which is why the moon landing, to me, fake or not, is going to be debated until we have proof, because what it did for this country will never be repeated. Never be repeated.
It's funny that, and that was really good. I just want to applaud you on that, because that was great. That was compelling.
Okay.
Right? If I didn't have such strong feels and stands about where I'm at right now, that would have been like, okay, that kind of swayed me, right? And I agree with you. I feel like that could have been a very strong reason why they made such a big deal. The irony, I feel, is that we didn't have enough science and technology. We had to use Nazi scientists to get the rest of the technology to hopefully gain the patriotism that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's the irony of it. So I like, because of that, and because the government is known to do such shady shit,
always.
Like, I always have to question everything they do and everything they said they did, because I know they shady. You ever have a family member that you just know gonna steal some if you just leave it around? So now you're taping down the TV and you got super glue on plates and like that. That's what the government is. Like, no, I'm good, baby, I'm good. No, you can trust me. Bring the kids over here. You go back, your kid has been sold, okay, for a 10-speed bike, so that can be traded for crack. That's the government. But they always look like they mean well. They sound like they mean well, and that's what I feel like it is. So that's why I'm always questioning everything. I mean, even when JFK made that public speech, right?
It's riveting.
He said something about the U.S. will put a man on the moon before the end of the decade. And NASA's budget jumps almost 500% in the years after JFK's pledge to put a man on the moon.
Yeah, man.
So it worked.
It worked.
People believed in it.
Yeah.
People were believing in it. But I just was like...
But like any good boss, he got the company excited for like the drop, right? You know what I mean? Whether it's an iPhone or a moon landing, our America's boss got the company excited, meaning us. You know what I mean? Like, even there, I was looking it up because the 500% increase, $5 billion.
Oh, wow.
Put into the space race. Before it was like, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Who cares about space? You know, whatever. $5 billion to win.
That's a lot of money.
To win, man.
That's a lot of money.
And to do that speech in Texas, I think that's pretty wild. Like, how are you going to like say, hold on, let me gather my thoughts. I'm getting excited. My thoughts are going ahead of my mouth. Like, Texas is where you would drop that speech.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. Texas is definitely the place. So, again, JFK's speech, riveting. Got people going, got it motivated, got the funds up. And this was back in 1961. We actually went to the moon on 1969. They had a plan B set up in place, right? Hopefully a plan B. But one way or another, we're getting to that moon. And then they did it. Allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't think they did.
I call bullshit, bro.
There it is.
I call bullshit. And I don't make no apologies about it. I don't think we actually win.
It's so good to hear you say that.
Yeah.
To plant your own flag in this moon theory.
Hey.
The Tahir flag, whatever's on that flag.
I find it hard to believe, man. I just find it hard to believe. I don't know if I can really pick that up by to take it home with me. Like, at face value.
The easy escapist answer is to say it doesn't matter. It worked either way. It got us loving America. It got everyone excited. It ended the Cold War. We stuck our dick in the moon first. Everyone, you know, like, exciting. Yes. But either way, it worked. And I think that is also like worth noting. That either way it worked.
Well, you know what? Because we're a conspiracy podcast, I think that we need to address some of these conspiracies and talk about where they came from, where they originated. It wasn't just the people at home as the naysayers and disbelievers, I believe there were a lot of different factors. And when we're talking about that, we can't start without talking about Bill Casey. All right. So 1976, this is when the idea of it being a fake landing really started to take off. And Bill Casey released a book. All right. Now he's a former U.S. Navy officer.
Oh,
right?
he knows a thing or two.
He knows a thing or two. He released a book called "We Never Went to the Moon: America's $30 Billion Swindle." Oh, I know he ruffled some feathers. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being the head of NASA and you get something forwarded to you? See this? Oh, this mother Bill. Mm-hmm. What? Get Bill on the phone. James. Janet. Where's Janet? She got the day off. Get Emma in here and tell her to get Bill on the phone. Can you imagine how upset that you would be if you were at the head of NASA and you?
Unless I was Janet, that's a nice day to have off. Would not want to be there.
So he drops his book, talks all about how Apollo 11 was faked, it wasn't real, all of this type of stuff, right? That's what kicked it off. And then, first of all, didn't know that the Flat Earthers had a whole research group together.
Okay,
yeah. Did you know that?
I can imagine that some Flat Earthers are also hackers. Right, like I feel like there's a dark web underground flat Earth society that we know nothing about, where they are kind of up on some things.
Yeah, I bet they're pretty square.
Hey,
flat
Earth. Come back around.
In 1980, the International Flat Earth Research Society is the name of it. I want to just
FERS
claim that NASA had to.
They call themselves FERS. Oh, yeah, I belong to FERS?
I didn't even realize that. Yeah. FERS. Yeah.
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 Oof.
I bet that handshake is just whack. It's like, good to see you.
It's too flat.
Yes. Oh, let's flat it out.
I'll never fist pound. I would never fist pound. Sheep.
They claimed that NASA had tapped the legendary Stanley Kubrick to come on board and write a script just in case they weren't able to get done with the technology and actually get to the moon. So this is what they're claiming happened.
I love that somewhere are mood boards made by Stanley Kubrick to kind of like show the vision to the EP or president in this case, our ultimate EP.
It's gonna be magical, President. I promise you. Listen, they will never know. Yeah. They will never know. All right, how big is the set? Oh, it's very small.
Very small.
So people are gonna be able to look in different directions, see different things? Yeah, sure. Yeah. That sounds right. What about stars?
You would ask, great ask, love the energy.
Love the question. Love the question. So we were thinking no stars. No stars?
No stars.
No stars. Because then people might be able to be like, the Orion's belt is supposed to be here. That was another thing. People were like, there are no stars in the background of these pictures.
Where the stars?
Shouldn't we be able to see something here? I ain't saying it, but I'm saying it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. No. Because I love a good conspiracy, right? I love a good conspiracy, and I love when you can really bring me in with the details and connect the dots for me. Like, you put it in front of me, but you just, you're leaving me the breadcrumbs. Here's my thing with the whole director and it was a collaborator, Arthur C. Clarke, and sponsored by the Walt Disney Company. All of this, right? We're talking about NASA. We're talking about tens and thousands of employees, scientists, engineers, custodians, security guards, paper and pencil pushers, administrators. We're talking about so many people.
Yes.
How do you keep that under wraps?
You don't. You self-publish, dude. You call it a book. It's more of a manifesto, but it's a self-published manifesto.
So that's like, I can appreciate that conspiracy theory, but I also have a lot of questions that might poke a lot of holes in that conspiracy theory.
I think, to your point, like, Does Walt Disney know the name of every single person who worked at every single one of his parks? No.
No.
He knows the information he needs to know.
True.
But then whoever he tells that to, he's no longer in control of that information.
Exactly.
So at what point does Walt Disney, the Nazi NASA guy, and JFK tell someone else what's going on?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
It's very sensitive information. How do you decipher, not even decipher, how do you protect that type of information from getting to the masses when all of these people are working closely together? Yes, you have department leads who are telling the other people what to do, but what type of rooms are that sealed off? And there has to be no paper trail, so everything's either getting burned or shredded or both. Like, it just seems like such a heavy secret to where that amount of people, it has to be some spillover. But
okay,
go ahead.
Off the deep end pitch, a real turn of the weed wheel. Only lizard people know, and if you ain't one, you don't get to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
they ain't us because they ain't us.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, whatever that handshake is, please teach it to me, because then I'd be in the know.
Yeah.
So if lizard people are real, they're the ones who control it. They're the ones who know.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna know.
Yeah.
That's
unfortunate. Not only did a lot of people say or suspect that this moon landing was fake, there were a lot of things that they pointed out to emphasize and also support this claim. One was the flag. All right, conspiracy theorists point to the fluttering of the flag. Now, if you are in a place that has no gravity, that has no air, that has no wind, why is a fan flapping? Why is it fluttering when you put it down? There's no gravity, so when you did this, that flag should have just went like this, right? I mean, I'm thinking it should have just.
But we've seen the video. We've watched the video. The flag has a metal pole through the top, right, so that it stays and hangs flat.
Okay.
I think what no one's talking about is if you're an astronaut in space, you have mittens on.
Right.
You're not able to you don't have finesse in your motor skills. So I'm saying, it might take a minute to get that flag in like it does. It might be a little ham-fisted. You might, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
The flag's gonna move. You're wearing oven mitts trying to do something in space for the first time.
Hey, man, that sounds like a problem that they should have thought about beforehand. Like, hey, we need gloves out here. Right? These mittens ain't gonna cut this shit. If you want me to plan it right. But I didn't know that there was a metal rod through the top of it. I thought it was just like a regular flag, and they planted it and it stayed up. I might have to go back and watch that video. I thought I just remembered it, so now I got to go back and check that. But I didn't remember that, and I'm just like, okay.
Okay.
But there's also the photos from spots allegedly located miles apart appear to have identical backgrounds.
Yeah.
So when they're taking photos of the moon and all of this, people are seeing that these appear to have the same backgrounds. Did you just turn all the way around? Did you complete a 150 instead of a 350 instead of a 360? So you got close, but it's like, no, motherfucker, I still see that orange construction cone at the back of the set. You're not tricking me, man. I don't know, man.
There was the Coke bottle, right?
There was the Coke bottle.
Yeah.
That's an Australian woman.
Yeah.
Who claims that she saw a Coke bottle just roll across the screen while she watched it live, right? This was ridiculous to me because all of those people standing there and somebody just lets a Coke bottle, not a can.
No.
The research
Which
said a
also
bottle.
means it would have gone like that.
Yeah, but it also would have been making noise, click, 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 click. It would sound like the wheel on The Price is Right. All right, reach up there and give it a big spin. This happened and they didn't cut. I mean, because I don't think it was live. I think everything was pre-recorded. So why would she see that? How would you see that, ma'am?
I wish I could do an Australian accent right now. It's killing me that I can't. There's a bloody freaking Coke bottle going down the road.
I don't know what the
what in the world is this? There's a bloody freaking Coke bottle going down. Oh, I wish I could do an accent.
Is that the bottle from the catamaran? Nah, I feel like that's just more British than Australian.
Bloody Hey, there's a bloody. No, why am I? Do they do bloody?
I feel like they might. I
Okay.
feel like Crocodile Dundee did.
Oh, that's a good in for the Australian accent. That's a knife.
That's a knife.
Hey, look at that.
That's
Coke
not a
ball.
knife.
There's a bloody Coke ball going down the road.
Followed by a knife.
You know that it didn't happen when the only description is Australian woman.
Yeah.
We're not even adding a name.
Yeah. Because you guys believe that Australia is a safe place to live. Okay? And I see videos every day that dispel that. Every day.
Those spiders.
Oh, my God.
Ooh. Can you imagine?
I don't want to.
Okay.
This is that fuels nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right.
That's a knife.
Did you see the documentary about the demon or the dragons and the knights and the kings and the queens? And there was a Starbucks cup
Yes.
in the documentary.
Yes.
So
I know what you talk about. The show that we shall not mention or name because you have not seen.
I have not, but I know there's a Starbucks cup in it.
That was crazy. And now that you make that point, it's like, damn, that was actually a pretty good point.
How'd they let that Starbucks cup go?
But you know what? That Starbucks cup was, at least it was stationary. She's saying she saw the cup, the Coke can just rolling.
And it's very
like
funny.
somebody had just bolted
Yeah.
into the scene. It's like, and a strike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's what's a little crazy to me. But
Some intern's like, oh no, dude. We had like one shot at oh no. Oh.
I don't know, man. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's so much speculation, there's so much gray area. It just leaves room for doubt. And I would love to hear from you guys. Do you think this is one of those things where, I don't know, like maybe it's a Mandela effect or something? Maybe they went back and changed some stuff. They went back and moved the Coke can. They went back and stopped the fluttering. Maybe they went back and added a flag with a metal pole on the top and the side to people would see if they could try to change history that way.
I love it.
If you like the Mandela effect, you love that type of stuff, that's another one that gets me really riled up. Gets my juices going. Make sure you check out the Matrix episode, man. We dive all the way in that Mandela effect. And again, this is one of the ones that I really get excited about. So I would love you to be as excited as I am and check out that episode because it is fire.
Yeah, man.
But y'all can find it out in the comments. We're going to continue going back and forth right here.
Dude, I wish instead of a Coke, I wish it was like a Faygo Moon Mist that we were all
Is that
talking
one of the
about all
flavors?
time. Yeah, it's the Insane Clown Posse, one of my favorite bands of all time. They spray Faygo all
I've seen that
over.
videos, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I was at a concert. It was at what's that place called? Pops.
Yeah.
It was at Pops. I saw Insane Clown Posse
Sauget.
at Pops.
Yeah,
In Sauget, yeah.
Sauget, yeah.
And they're spraying Faygo all over us. My face is painted. It's coming down. And I fought a kid in the crowd afterwards and grabbed a 2-liter bottle of Moon Mist out of him, and I ran. My mom was parked around the corner so she didn't embarrass me. My mom picking me up. Can you imagine?
At an ICP?
Yeah, she let me paint my face like Insane Clown Posse, but she's the embarrassing one. And so and I got in covered in soda in the back seat, telling her how cool this Moon Mist 2-liter was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I wish it
Yeah.
was Moon Mist that was on the moon landing instead.
I don't think that flavor had came out yet, though.
Maybe not, but it would have been a great tie-in for Faygo.
It would have been. It would have been. But Faygo never really connected with the ICP. They wouldn't actually give him the thing. They
Really?
would. Yeah, I think I remember reading that. But
Devastating.
I know, right?
We'll talk about it in the cave
total missed
at the next
opportunity.
concert.
However, you have those people who believe that the moon landing was fake. You have those that believe that it was real. Then you have those people, like Mike, who believe that the moon itself isn't real.
Yeah. You believe in the moon?
Call me old fashioned, but I feel like, the attachment it has to the earth and the attachment it has on things and people to the earth, I just assumed it was real. You believe differently.
Let's talk about your moon.
Yeah.
If that's what you
live here
call
too. You live here too.
The moon's hollow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Back to this.
It's hollow.
Okay.
It's a Ferrero Rocher rock.
Somebody just stuck a small coffee stirrer and then just sucked all the inside out and then folded the fold back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig that.
I think we all know it's not made of cheese. It's a Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
And so there's this theory for a couple of reasons. One is earthquakes, or let's call them moonquakes because they're on the moon. I guess we have to do that everywhere if that's the rule. Jupiter quakes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so there's moonquakes, of course, seismic shifts, and those end up making a bell sound all the way through the moon down into its core. And so if it's gonna make that ding, it's from being hollow.
But listen, okay, I have a serious question with this because I feel like we read that in our research, and I feel like in the research they said something that hit it, and somebody said they heard a hollow sound or something like that.
Apollo 12 crash lands, and that bell sound was heard for hours and hours.
Now, I'm just throwing this at you. You don't have to pick it up if you want to, right? What if the bell sound was actually from something on the ship, and they heard the ringing for hours because they hit it harder than they realized? And when they hit, their head hit the helmet or something, and they were just hearing a ringing in their ears from that crash.
I'll pick that up. I think that you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my thing is like, without any instrumentation to validate this, like if they had I don't even know what type of recording.
Well, before people land on the moon, we're dropping like things on the moon. We're dropping like robotics and things like that, lunar modules that will be able to like man hadn't been to the moon, but we had things onto the moon.
Gotcha.
So we have science up there.
And that's how we were able to take
data.
the moon quakes and stuff like that too, right?
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
But also, if hollow, what's inside, right? Is it a hazelnut or is it an alien spacecraft? Some people think alien spacecraft. I'd prefer to go to hazelnut. But like the moon might be hollow and it might be housing alien spacecrafts. Like it's another... what's the word? Species garage. Wouldn't that be? Oh, we should do like Storage Wars, but on the moon. How fun would that
be? All right, we're coming up on this next crater. We're gonna start the bidding for this crater at 700 glop-glops.
Yeah, Elon Musk is like, it's a bit of a steal. I'll do 700 glop-glops for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So if it's hollow, what's in there? Maybe an alien spacecraft, maybe storage, family albums.
Yeah.
Who knows? But maybe Jeff Bezos is trying to buy it so we can store Amazon products in there as the way station between Earth and Mars.
Yeah.
And we can just fill it up with, Roombas and
clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean this mess up. You know what's crazy? As I just thought about this right now, I'm so glad that, the rocks and soil they recovered from the moon didn't really serve a purpose that we needed on Earth, because I could just tell the way we are as a race, as a society, we would chip away at that till we don't have a moon. Can you imagine if there was some
like a precious metal
or a different element that's only on the moon that could be burnt down to a fossil fuel, or it was 10 times more lucrative or valuable than oil? We would chip away at our own moon, up waves and tsunamis, going crazy. People really talking about like back in my days, it was safe to go outside and go swimming. And we didn't chip away. It's just a crescent. It's ain't even
women's
like
periods are just like, what's happening?
It would be crazy. It would be sure pandemonium. But that just popped in my head.
We would though. I agree with you. We would absolutely chip away at the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And the moon's power, like you said, like it's not just the waves that like we mainly hear, but also like women's menstrual cycles, and it was something else that it influences. I mean, seasons.
Are you a moon guy? Do you vibe with manifestation and the idea of like the moon holding a bit of a cosmic pull on our like, abilities as human beings?
I am very much an energy person. I haven't got really into like astrology when they were like, oh, I'm Pisces with an Aries rising. Because my mom doesn't remember when I was born. Or where?
Yeah, she was busy. She wasn't like
she was. Maybe it was the drugs. Maybe the shot that they gave her or what. But I asked her, I'm like, you remember what time it was? She was like, I don't remember what time it was. I was in and out.
Yeah.
So I've never really gotten there, but I do believe there is something very cosmic and spiritual and energetic between the relationship of the moon and the earth. And the fact that the moon does have that great effect on the tides and waves and things like that. I think that just proves that, you know, we look at the earth, or I feel like we think at the earth and the moon as these just big space rocks that we inhabit and sometimes go back and forth to. And it could be something so much more harmonious than that. You know, like the moon could be a part of the earth that got knocked out when a meteor hit, and you know, it knows that like it's supposed to be here.
It's our Earth's familiar.
Yeah. So, you know, I feel like there is something deeper in the connection between the moon and the earth, but I haven't really like set and applied a lot of mental to thinking of what that is. But I definitely believe that the moon is necessary for our existence.
Yes, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Absolutely. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This episode right here is probably a lot of stuff that you've already heard. It's not something that we're dropping a whole lot of brand new knowledge on you. But anytime we're doing a conspiracy theory that, you know, we might have found any new information for, or that we're topping, we have to, that we're covering, we have to go through a couple of these things. Just as a refresher, there are always an opportunity for people who haven't heard this to learn something. So just
I have a story that no one heard.
Oh, yay.
I pretended to be a millionaire to fly on a Virgin Galactic space flight and got caught. And I have the receipts for it from in 2013. Right when Richard Branson announced, I'm doing Virgin Galactic and we're doing space tourism and you can go to space, I hopped on there. I emailed him and I said, hello, I'm a millionaire. I would love to chat about how to invest, get in on the ground floor and become an astronaut with all of you. And I'm chatting with this guy. I got on the phone with him and he's like, we'll fly you to Monaco. We'd love for you to meet Richard. Like there's an F1 race or whatever it is. And I was like, so good. Yes. And then in our last email, it was me and my buddy, who I will not name on this because he's doing other things with his life. And he and I are like, yo, how do we go out there? How do we do this? Let's just go. Let's just get suits and go. Let's see how far we can take this with Virgin Galactic. And that email was read by the Virgin Galactic guy. And he just goes, hi, Mike, could you please explain what this is below? And it was our emails to each other saying, let's just go for it.
You didn't just call each other or text each other. You left a paper trail of your idiocracy.
Yeah, no millionaire would. No millionaire would.
And looking for Southwest flights to Monaco. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. How are you getting there? That would have been the biggest tip off. Yeah, so when can you fly in? Let me see what Southwest is getting there.
Let me tell you something. That right there. One, the fact that y'all did it, y'all got caught because of that.
Yeah.
Two, the fact that you thought that you were going to just trick this millionaire, and at some point he wasn't going to like just do a little research.
He'd be like,
that's not audacity. That's caucasity. That is very Caucasian of you. That's caucasity at its finest. You understand me? That is wild. Not only impersonating a millionaire, don't have a way to get there.
Nope.
And then have that conversation in the same goddamn thread.
Unbelievable.
But look at you now. You're such a cutie pie.
Oh, I've never shared that. That feels nice.
All right, so if we didn't go to the moon, or we did go to the moon, and the moon is potentially hollow, then why is it there? Why is it hollow? Is somebody living in there? And if so, then who? Mm-hmm. Well, some conspiracy theorists believe that when Apollo 11 went to the moon, they made contact with an alien life force, and that every member of Apollo 11 was kept, or this meeting in general, this introduction, this happenstance of the mind has been a strict government secret since then. Okay. Right? Yeah. Now, here's another thing. I told you in 1976, Bill Kaysen came out with that book. But also in 1976, a guy by the name of George Leonard dropped a book. Okay, I'm going to read the title for you because Somebody else is on the moon.
Captivating.
Very on the nose. Because, you know, listen, I don't want you to get lost in the sauce with this title. I'm going to go right to the point. Somebody else is on the moon. And Leonard claimed to have worked at NASA, had access to NASA at some point. He was able to look at some pictures, and based off the pictures that he saw, he could tell that we had made contact with some aliens, okay? And they gave us some new technology and the infrastructure, and they shared all of this stuff. Now, this could have got me, right?
Okay.
But we did a deep dive on all the technology that has come out since we went to the moon.
Oh.
We could. I'm just say a couple of them. You re-rate them on a scale of 1 to 10.
I love this. I love this. Sorry about your book, buddy, but I do love this.
Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
The microwave. It's a pretty good one.
I love that one.
Scale of 1 to 10. What are you rating it?
A microwave?
Microwave.
Oh, 10. Easy.
10. Okay.
You can make a cake in a mug in there.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. You know what? I will give you that, because I was gonna put the microwave somewhere around 6 or 7, because air fryers are like the newest wave. But for years, the microwave held us down.
Yes,
What used to take 40 minutes warming up an oven, getting that oven hot enough to heat up whatever you want, you could do in a matter of seconds or minutes with the microwave.
Yep.
I'm sleeping on the microwave. I apologize, microwave, Black & Decker, Sunbeam from Walmart, and all the other ones.
Somebody's got some money.
I'll
Okay.
give you a 9 on the scale of 1 to 10 for the microwave.
Appreciate you.
We also have computers were already out at the time, but they were super huge. They would take up whole rooms when NASA was using computers. They were the only ones that could afford it because there was so much technology.
You mean like they're
so
running
expensive.
from the A key and then they got to run down the hall, hit the Q?
It is hollered out, hit enter! No, the other enter! So indirectly, I guess smartphones and laptops are part of the technology that has advanced since the moon landing.
Yes.
Dried food or dehydrated food,
Yeah.
astronauts had to do that.
Have you had astronaut ice cream?
I have not, because I didn't think that was a real thing. I thought you were pulling my leg.
Oh, if I did, you'd think it felt good because
Okay.
astronaut ice cream is phenomenal.
Now, wait, are you talking about Dippin' Dots?
Well, that's the ice cream of the future today. That's a little different.
I didn't even know that slogan.
Because I love a slogan, man. You know what Jimmy Dean's slogan is?
What?
After you eat this, you'll feel like you ate something.
No, it is not.
Yeah. You know what Heinz
it
is?
not.
The Heinz
Yeah.
mayonnaise out there.
Uh-huh.
The slogan on it is real mayonnaise. That's where we're at. That's where we're at with our poisoned food system. People are like, this is actually real. This is real. Anyway,
Okay, so we got
freeze dried ice. It melts on your mouth. Like it tastes like the flavor. Like it's
Uh-huh.
the essence of chocolate. It's always Neapolitan. The astronaut ice cream I've had, but like vanilla strawberry chocolate, and it just melts on your mouth because it's
What's it look like? What's
like
the
a block.
texture of it?
like a block like that,
Uh-huh.
and then the 3 slices, and you put it on your tongue. And it goes tss, and just kind of
Really?
like melts into the idea of chocolate.
Okay. So we got microwave, we got personal computers, and I guess cell phones indirectly, astronaut ice cream, freeze dried food. I don't know. To me, that just doesn't seem like huge technological advances for this whole alien technology swapsies.
Yeah, we
Like,
really shot a load on that moon,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a stretch.
Yeah.
That was a stretch. The last conspiracy theory, one of the last conspiracy theories, the last one we're going to talk about is going back to my boy David. Icky. David is convinced, child, that these lizard people are on the moon and they are controlling Earth and they're controlling all the humans. He is nothing if not committed. All right, and he
Love
is
him.
really high strong about the lizard people and the control they have over humans, and that they basically camping out on the dark side of the moon, baby.
Everyone's gonna make fun of him until he turns out to be right. That's how it always goes. That's how it always goes.
That was bittersweet. You kind of just took a shit in my lemonade right there.
Really?
but because you make a good point. It's always funny until it comes true.
Yeah.
So you made a good point. I was like, God damn, man. Maybe I should pull back a little bit. Sorry, Dave. My bad.
I mean, love to have him on.
Hey.
Love to have him
Come
on.
on, man. have a good time, man. We got some sparkling water. Bring it on. We call it spicy water.
Oh, it's too spicy.
Ooh, it's spicy there. But I'm going to say this, okay? I don't think it is a space station.
Okay.
I think that it could be an outpost. In the
Definitely.
sense of like, it's not hollow, but they know what parts of the moon would never show up on our telescopes and our satellites, and they can either control their orbit or figure out how to fly close enough to where they're not picked up by our satellites and they are never seen by our satellites, right? I can believe that a lot easier than it's just a whole space station.
I agree with you because we don't go to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, it's cold over there.
It's very cold.
Mhm.
And you make me think of like driving across the country. You have like these like places just to stop and use the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
And that's all there is there. There's no surveillance. There's no drones like there are apparently in LA also. Wild. There's no drones. It's just like a place. It's an outhouse. It's an outpost.
It's outpost.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you've stopped by those on like a road trip.
Every
at all,
now and
but,
then. Yeah. I
So
like to poo in different places.
poo in different places?
Yeah. I like to see what they do. See what they like, because some of them are cleaner than others. The ones that are bigger, crazy enough, you got more toilets, but there's more to clean. I like to stop like a moderate one. I don't stop at any that have more than like 18-wheelers. Anything more than 18-wheelers, you don't know what you're walking into.
Sure.
'Cause there might be a shower in that one. That's a whole different type of nasty, right? But like a small, modern one that probably got like 30 bathrooms on both sides. Oh yeah, I'm in there like booty hair.
Okay, metal seat. You don't mind?
I don't like the metal seat.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like the metal. It is easier to wipe. However, it's cold.
It is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. But the crazy part is I also don't like a warm seat. Like I don't want to sit down and I know somebody was just here. Their essence is still there.
Of course.
I've sat on the warm seat before, threw up in my mouth. Yep. Don't like
and then
that
down
shit at all.
through?
Huh?
And then you just kind of spit it down through?
No. I just pushed it back. I just brushed my teeth. I didn't brush my teeth. I put some toothpaste on my finger.
Okay, there's
I
the
did that.
truth.
My toothbrush was in my toiletry bag. My toiletry bag was all the way in my luggage. So I just hit it with a real quick.
I'm glad we hit our quote on this episode for you to talk about Bottoms up, everybody.
Damn.
Drink. Hey, if you have not known, this has become a drinking game. So thanks. Bottoms up.
I completely forgot about that stupid Okay, but listen,
All
real
I
talk
said
though.
was outpost, and you're like, I got a story for it. Like,
Real talk, if you're ever on the road, the cleanest places to stop at the bathroom are upscale, four-star or more hotels. Like their lobby's usually going to be clean. And hospitals.
oh.
Listen, I got this traveling to a T. I'm going to tell you this one story. I'm going to get up high. I used to work at a jail. All right, up by Six Flags, right past Santa Clarita. And right before the exit to the jail was a Holiday Inn Express. I would get up 45 minutes earlier than I needed to. I had enough time to slowly get dressed, wake all the way up. Then I would head up to the jail in Castile. But before I went to the jail, I would stop at that Holiday Inn Express and I would have a great breakfast. I would take my shirt off in the car and I would walk in the Holiday Inn Express with a tank top on. Like I just finished smoking a cigarette. Every time I walked in, no matter how cold it was, I was like, whew, chilly out there. And then I would go straight to the breakfast one because that's when they had the little pancake things and the sausage and the eggs that just tasted like kitchen sponges. But that's what I would do.
What a move.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to traveling hacks, you holla at your boy, holla at your baby. But having said that, because their bathrooms are pretty clean too, especially if you go to the capable stall. I want to know from you guys, what's the best place you like to take a public poo?
Ooh, yes.
Like the best, the cleanest, the most comforting.
I got to shout out Target. Love a Target.
Okay.
Love a Target.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Targets that actually respect the paper that say, we want to offer the best experience. If this restaurant is not up to standards, please let us know. I like the ones that actually take that seriously. All right?
Yeah.
And whoever is carving gang signs into toilet seats, just fucking stop. Okay? Your gang does not appreciate that. Nobody is pulling their pants down and like, oh, I'm about to but let me see what. Oh, the Crips. No, we're not doing that. We're taking the okay? And you're interrupting it because you're ripping the seat cover by making it just not smooth. So just cut all right?
If I was a Crip,
yeah,
or if I was a Blood, I would write Crips on a toilet seat.
Just to be annoying?
Yeah, just to be like,
oh man, I'll never join the Crips because they keep messing up all these toilet seats. All right, man.
Have you watched Buzz Aldrin slowly talk about how the moon is allegedly, and like the moon landing? Buzz is the only one speaking the truth these days. Shout out Buzz Aldrin. He's punching men who disrespect him, and he's talking about how the moon landing did not happen.
Allegedly.
And he was one of the guys who was supposed to have been there.
Yeah.
Shout out Buzz for speaking the truth finally.
Well, here's the thing. It sucks that, because I heard that Neil was actually first that walked on it, right?
Okay.
But it was actually supposed to be, I think, Buzz. I think Buzz
So
was
he's
supposed
bitter.
Yeah, but
He's
I think
angry.
his dad was more upset with him about the fact that he wasn't first than
It's
he
never
was.
enough for our fathers.
Right. And who was the third astronaut?
Michael Collins. That's so funny that there is a blank space between the guy who drove Getaway and the actual bank robbers.
The running joke is he is the Michelle from Destiny's Child of the group.
Oh, there was a Michelle. I'm sorry.
Everybody only remembers Beyonce and Kelly. People like Michelle. Oh, Michelle, she was in that.
Mm-hmm.
She does gospel now, right? She doing okay. That's the third astronaut, because people always say Buzz.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no, Neil. They always say Neil first, right?
Of course.
And then Buzz, and the third guy.
And yeah.
Right. Because they always, can you imagine the three of them being out? Like, oh my God, Neil Armstrong, Buzz. Are you that driver?
Technically, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pilot. More of a pilot. But that's such a crazy thing that
like
history
still
has
an
just kind of
astronaut.
like, because in his history books, they really only mention Neil.
Yeah. Oh man.
This one step.
If I was any of them, I would be acting a fool though. I would be like, well, because there was a moment where Buzz was like, we didn't land on the moon.
Allegedly.
And then mainstream media started printing things like, oh, he's been drinking.
He's
I remember
older. They weren't going to let it go.
Yeah, they were not going to let it go. They were like, we have to squash this before this dude starts rolling out too many facts on us. And so like anytime a newspaper is like, here's some personal information about Buzz Aldrin, I'm not believing it.
Well, here's the crazy thing. So do you believe it fake or you believe it was real?
The moon landing?
Yeah.
I don't think we did it. The more I look into it, the more I'm like, dang, man, there's just a lot of string to sew up that button.
A lot of strings to pull. It's a lot of loose threads to pull. This is what I will say. And I think this is one of the facts that caught me the most off guard and most supporting to our beliefs. Public opinion has been polled. All right. 5 to 6% of Americans believe that we did not go to the moon. Now, 5 to 6%, you hear that number, you're like, oh, that's a small number. But 5 to 6 of the American population is anywhere between 16.5 and 20 million people. That's nothing to sneeze at. 20 million people, that's double the population in New York City.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of naysayers. At some point, you're going to have to address this.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of people. And I think and not intentionally, but shows like ours, and all the things that are available on the History Channel and Ancient Aliens and stuff like that, people are becoming more and more aware and just cognizant. Because I think it's certain things that like we hear and we hear kind of like the boogeyman and stuff, like we don't pay a whole lot of attention. It's kind of this background noise. But now with so many things coming to light, with so many drones in the air, with so many times the government has admitted to wrongdoing, whether it's through chemtrails or illegal dumping or smoke screen, whatever.
Maybe JFK was going to speak on the fakeness.
You never know. But it's become such a habit to them that now people are starting to pay attention, right? And it's getting to a point where we calling you on your bullshit.
Yeah.
We calling you on your bullshit. So I think that number is only going to increase.
Yeah.
In the upcoming years. I definitely think so. So
you made me think though that it doesn't. I hope we never find out the truth on this one. Mm-hmm. I will believe what I believe, you believe what you believe, as always. That is the type of world I want to live in. But I don't want it to be found out either way, because it doesn't matter. What matters is what it did for this country in that moment. Mm-hmm. The patriotism, the morale boost, the coming out of so much war, the Nazis, nukes, like you need something to hang your hat on. Mm-hmm. And so whether it was filmed in a TV studio in Burbank and then, some, I don't know, BDSM was waiting to use the studio next. You know what I mean? Because it was in Burbank.
How much time?
Yeah, they didn't do it in Warner Brothers. There's too many people running around. It was in North Hollywood, rented for an hour.
This got a soundstage
In between porn
Yeah.
shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't do that at Warner Brothers with all
Yeah.
that stuff around there. But like the point is like what it did for this country and the way that like you'll remember if you were a kid watching the TV. You will remember that
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. And I think that's what matters the most here. Yes, it's fake, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
All right. That's a very good point. Never looked at it from that point. It's a very patriotic way of expressing that. And if that is the case, then I encourage all the powers to give it about 15 years and then everybody that saw it live will be dead and then you could tell the truth. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I do want to know from the audience, would it make a difference, yes or no, if you found out it was fake? And if it would make a difference, in what way? Like, would you look at government differently? Would you look at NASA differently? Would you would you think that we've been in cahoots with aliens? Like, what would change for you if you found out it was fake? That's what I want to know.
That's a good
Put
question.
that in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Type that up.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go on, I just want to do a kind of a poll that also doubles as a recap. I would love to hear from my beautiful audience at home whether or not you think the moon landing actually happened. And if not, what do you think is the best evidence that it did it? Like, what sold you on it? Whether it's something you heard through here or something you did on your own research, your own finding, what was it for you that made you say, nah? Put that in the comments.
I got a poll.
Go ahead.
Alien spaceship? Is the moon an alien spaceship?
Mm.
And if you're an alien, you get to vote twice. Because you have two heads.
Or conversely,
Yeah.
if it's not an alien spaceship, do you think that our moon has ever housed an alien race before? Like, sort of like the outpost theory. Like, it's, it might not be a whole thing that they belong to, but I always feel like and this is just me, I feel like aliens go to the moon and then they send an orb or something out and the orb will find where they want to go. So like they use all the crop circles or Stonehenge and the 7 wonders of the world. Like, oh, okay, I see where we at right now. Okay, cool. Call the orb back. Yeah, we just need to go right here. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like that's what they use it for. But I could be wrong, but that's just me. I want to know what you guys think. What they using this moon for, man?
Can I do one more?
Yes.
How should I propose to my girlfriend?
Oh.
I asked her parents for their blessing,
Oh, shit.
and they said yes. And now it's real. So now I got a ring. I don't know how I'm going to propose.
That's a hell of a bomb to drop on this episode like that.
Is that really?
Yeah, now you got to wait till she watches this episode and then look at the camera and say it to her right now.
No. Well, here's the problem. The first time we said I love you, I said it on a TV show before I said it to her on this Portland morning show. I was like, and we're in love. And I hadn't told her I loved her yet.
Ooh.
So if I do 2 for 2 and then I'm here and I'm also like, will you marry me on another show without her here?
You go up until that point and then you pause it and then you get down on one knee and then have the people right there recording it. Wear the exact same outfit.
Okay, will you
And
wear
then
the
I'm gonna
lizard
come out with a
mask?
camera. Yeah, I'm gonna wear a lizard mask and I'm gonna have a 90s camcorder. I'm gonna be Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles with the camcorder for April.
This is gonna be. She'll never forget it.
She'll never forget it.
My brother is like, in front of the Disney castle. How'd you do it? Oh, I had Tahir put on a lizard mask and hoped you'd say yes.
I was business cash. I had a blaze on, tucked in polo.
So let us know. Let me know, please. I've got to figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be cool.
Man,
I'm stoked, man. Thanks a lot, man.
I'm happy for your happiness, bro. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. You're
Yeah.
welcome, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. My personal feelings toward the moon landing. I do not believe that we went.
Okay.
I do believe that it was staged. I do believe that we were close to having the technology perfected, but I believe that without them having 100% assurity that it was going to go right, they were not going to risk the spaceship taking off and then blowing up in the air.
Yeah.
That would not have done what they intended for it to, and it wouldn't have boosted the morale and the patriotism. So I feel like the easier way for them to still have that W would be to fake it.
Yep.
I believe we have been
It's
since
safer.
then,
Yeah.
right? But I don't believe that it actually happened when they say it did.
I'm right there with you. If JFK makes a speech and he's like,
Yeah.
we will be doing this by this time,
Mhm.
and it doesn't happen,
Yeah,
it's too big a risk as a country,
absolutely.
especially against Russia. Like it was paired up as us versus them. You
Yeah.
know? Did you? I when we were doing the note part, I skipped over it because I forgot, but I just remembered how like the Sputnik scientists they
Mhm.
came out with their own reasons that we couldn't have gotten to the moon.
No,
too.
what was
Oh
it?
man, like these Russian scientists are like, here's all the reasons you did not get there. We're scientists too. We're not coming for you as sore losers. We're just like stating a bunch of facts
Yeah.
about your.
They
your
basically was
landing.
like, you know we smart, right?
Yeah.
You know we know how long it takes to get back and get up there and all of that. Y'all got back like y'all went around the corner. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just saying, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't believe it. What about you? What do you?
I think you just like summed it up perfectly.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I mean, sure. Is my girlfriend gonna watch this episode and be like, we should see other people? Possibly. Very possible.
No, she's not. No, not Tina Beta.
Yeah. Oh, Tina. Is he the flat earther? Moon landing is fake boyfriend? Yeah, I heard a lot about you.
Oh man.
Congrats on those lists you're on. Most wanted. Most likely to sneak Molly through TSA. Congrats on this stuff, guy. Bright future together.
Yes. Well, listen, as always, guys, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you kick that like button, suplex that share button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We want you here every episode. We want you engaged. We want you pumped up, excited to hear these conspiracy theories, and then to hear our views and our opinions of it as well. It's a collaborative process. You just seeing our faces, but we're working y'all into this. We all a part of this.
Here's how into NASA I am.
Okay.
For Christmas one year, I surprised my entire family by getting a NASA rocket ship ice sculpture in our front yard, and it said Merry Xmas from the Glazers. And I called the ice sculpture company. I was like, I want a NASA rocket. They're gonna love this. It's gonna be in the front yard. Can you deliver it the morning of Christmas? Like whatever it takes. Like, we love this. This is so fun. The only picture of it is my mom being like, Jesus Christ, this kid. And like me being like, yeah. With this NASA ice sculpture rocket.
I just feel like your parents spent most of your childhood and all of your teens like, he'll grow out of it. One day he will grow out of it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
Where can people find you if they want to slide in your DMs and talk more about them? I don't know if you'll answer them, but where can people find you?
I will not answer them. I'm going to let you know right now. My DMs are managed by a team. All right. So if you think you're getting through, you're not. I apologize. It's the only way somebody else will respond to y'all. But you can find all that information below and the details in the caption for the video. What about you? Where can people find you?
Call me.
Oh.
I don't have much going on. Number's pretty available out there. Just ring me up. Let me know how your life's going. We'll FaceTime.
My mom doesn't have my number.
No?
Nah, she hits me mainly through email.
Really?
I changed my number a couple months ago and I have not given it to her.
Wow. But you're talking a lot through email.
Yeah.
Nice.
She misspells a lot of things. Scares me. I was like, oh, I hope she's okay. Drinking water.
How old is she now?
I don't know. I'm lying.
Okay. Damn, right. I was picturing her with a big keyboard. Like she never upgraded.
She's typing like it's a jitterbug. She's doing like with the But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tahir Moore.
Oh, my name is Mike Glazer. Look up Operation Starfish Prime. We sent a nuke out to outer space and blew up a nuke to try and go through a radiation belt. Let's Google it.
Anyway, we'll see you next time on another episode of High in the Sky.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, I want to remind you, if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed every piece of this and you're curious about who is really on the moon, who's occupying all this time, and who knows about it, I'll tell you who knows about it, the reptilian elite. And if you're not familiar with that, you need to go check out that episode right now. It's a fantastic episode. Check that out. Come back and watch this one again with a friend.